U-R-B-O, right into the flow. This is how we go. D-U-R-B-O, let me take control. We are on a roll.
Right now? What?
Oh,
Oh crap! Hey, everybody.
nice.
Let's not clip that chat, please. Welcome to OCC. I am Ty, joined by our newest caster, I believe, Cybercat. How you doing today?
Not too bad. I'm glad to be here. First time casting for the OCC. I'm very excited.
That's great. I hope you enjoy yourself, and I hope everybody enjoys having Cyber here as well. So today we're having a deadlock division match between Horn Beast and Boomers. So far this season, Horn Beast has looked like they could steal any game, even though they haven't won a single map. They've looked very good, but they
Yeah.
are currently at the bottom of the standings. And
Absolutely.
it's
Sorry,
really...
go ahead.
No, you can go ahead.
Absolutely no. They've looking at them right now. They've seen they had a very difficult time coming to get their first win coming around, but it is very possible they can still make that happen. And tonight they can still look at that. I mean, any team, that has a hard time can always turn that around in one game. So tonight maybe it could be their night to get that win for them.
Yeah, of course. And I do believe that their previous 3 matches have been against the top 3 teams in their division. So that is another reason why they could be struggling a little bit. But, hopefully we'll have a good match day, and their opponent is going to be Boomers. And currently they're as even as you can get in like games, but their map differential is insane. They're 2-2 with a +4 map differential. So that means they've won 4-0s and lost to 2-3s
No,
exclusively.
yeah, no, they're looking at them right there. They're split even basically. I mean, out of everyone, they are basically even up here. So that kind of shows like they can win, they can lose, they can tie. They are kind of like they're all over the place. So basically, looking at them, I mean, I can't guarantee myself. I can't guarantee myself on how good or bad they are. I think they're just straight middle up. But here's it might so with that could actually help Horn Beast give them a chance because you don't know. I mean, knowing that if Boomers are 50-50 of winning their in their scrims and all that kind of stuff, that could look at something for Horn Beast. So I mean, I can't guarantee again myself what Boomers are going to come in with, but you know what, we're still going to see a lot coming from them. But their percentage could actually change. To me could change the help Horn Beast in my opinion.
Definitely. This like you yeah, it just yeah, this could just go either way.
Don't mind me stuttering right here. Come on now.
Oh no, Zella clipped it. Anyways,
Yep,
I'm
too
gonna
late.
ignore the We are waiting on the teams right now, and our first map is going to be Oasis. So Oasis, this is one of my favorite maps, to be honest.
You know, actually, I see 50-50 with Oasis. I don't mind it, and I mean don't mind it. I like it and I hate it at the same time. It really all depends on the. To me, I feel like it all depends on, what's the comp and what map it's on. So it kind of says back and forth to me. But you know what? I mean, I have nothing against this map. I mean, there might be times I don't want to play it, but in the end, it's like you know what? It's a map that had to come around and we just had to play it.
Definitely. I can see where you're coming from there, but honestly, I just love this map because since one of my favorite heroes to play is Pharah, of course I'm gonna love this map. There are 2 maps in which everybody refers to them as the Pharah maps, and I am all for it.
Absolutely. I mean, the height of the state of this building here is enough for the Pharah to fly around and get the damage you need to go. Especially if you can juke them to one side, maybe boop them off from the edge, and just see how many gets off of there. I mean, the more you get off there, the better chances for you to win the team fight here. But we may not be able to see that right now. Looking at the comps, they might be switching over to just a standard shields and some basic DPS, but we might see someone might switch on last minute to a Pharah, but we'll see what happens here in the next 10 seconds.
Yeah, I think that Boomers here is expecting Horn Beast to run with a Pharah with that double hit scan, so they're going to try and counter early, especially with that Ana too. That can be a real big harasser to Pharah if you play it right.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, as long as you got 2 DPS that has hit scan, but now you add Ana, that's a third hit scan right there, giving more pressure to the Pharah here. But it looks like they're not running the Pharah here. They look like they're running the standard comp with Miscreants and Twitter.
Standard comp, but they're playing anything but standard as Brick finds Damon instantly, and a wall's gonna cut them off as well. Just this flank isn't gonna work out very well as Sniv starts to clean up, and that's gonna be a first one fight for the side of Hornbeast.
I mean, that flank looked like it was going to work in most cases, but there was a problem. The fact that I noticed that I'm actually surprised that the Orisa didn't use her ults to actually put them off. So that push was okay, but then luckily enough they didn't lose to a large halt. But well, of course they had to make that restart here. Now they're coming in from the center. See what goes on.
Definitely, that's kinetic grass coming out for the side of Boomers as Ferret gets a massive amount of shields already, almost at that 100. A huge pull to bring 3 players together, but it's not going to be enough to find a pick. Rocks both go in, nothing really found, and the barriers are all shredding. It's Boomers with the barrier advantage right now. Both teams have walled, but that's the first pick onto Damon from his mirror as the anti-nade goes in, only finding 1 player, but it does look like they're going to be able to repel the assault from Boomers. That's Coalescence just to confirm that fact, and all of them are actually kind of going below on the Orisa and Ana, and Zella and Sniff are cleaning up on top, and that's just good cleanup.
Absolutely. No, the one of the most important things in these matchups that, I mean, you notice the difference out there that, what do you call it, Hornbeast were able to get, it was the shield management. The fact that they're not using all the shields at the same time, or how the way they're managing the shields is very crucial in every team fight. I mean, Boomers, when they put out the Sigma shield, that got destroyed instantly. Then they had Orisa, that got destroyed instantly. I mean, the better you can coordinate your shields, the better you can actually help, a better chance for winning the fight.
Definitely. That's a huge pull to followed up with that Gravitic Flux, and that's going to be 3 picks for Hornbeast. Make it 4. Sniv has gotten 2 in every fight so far. there are some picks coming in for Boomers, but it's not going to be enough as the percent keeps climbing, and they're at 78.
Yeah, right there, they were able to take out the team with using Sigma's ultimate and the Dragon Strike from Horn Assist. But now, if you notice that Boomers lost their Nano Boost to the Sigma, which didn't provide anything. So now they're coming in, having to switch that support up. Now they only have one support, actually two supports coming in, ultimates coming in. Now it looks like they're getting ready to push it in.
Yeah, that's a Bongo that's going to be destroyed instantaneously. Neither team has that Orisa ultimate right now. That's another Gravitic Flux coming in. It's going to find 2 tanks and the Lucio. Orisa doesn't quite have the fortify, so she's taking a lot of damage there, but she's going to be able to live for a little bit. That's a Blizzard coming in. That's 3 players inside of it. Soundberry's going to counteract it a little bit, but he's going to get frozen, and a lot of damage is coming into him as Zella and Stiv start to find eliminations here, although Space Cowboy gets his mirror again, and SF! Mighty Yena is popping off a little bit with 2 kills, and that's round 100-0.
Absolutely no, right there. That was basically all Hornets Beast map right there. Taking that first map, that's the best way for them to start off. The fact that again, looking at coming in, hoping they would get their win. Looks like they're on that path right now. They got 1 win. They got the first round here. Now they got the second map. But looking at it, I mean, Boomers really need to manage themselves right now. They need to do is making sure that they keep their, of course, shields going in. But I think at one point they're just, I mean, I don't know if they're falling through. I can't just tell what's going on. I mean, Boomers just needs to step it up just a bit. I think if they do that, they can get them back. So get themselves back into the game here.
Absolutely. This is definitely nobody's lost or won game yet. And this is one of those maps, like I said earlier, that Pharah is extremely strong on. This is like the Pharah point.
Yeah, but if you notice that they're not playing the Pharah, they actually looks like they're going to go, one side's going to go with the playing solo meta with the Mei and Hanzo, while the other side's going to go Tracer and Samba, which is a very interesting pick here. I like to see how this goes.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, Pharah just takes a ton of damage out of position just a little bit, and he's going to get punched hard. Just a poor communication from the team as he's so alone, and Kaz gets walled off and picked off. Mercy's not going to be able to get out. Doesn't look... No, Adrenaline's fine. And that's going to be it. It does look like they are the Coach Krusty comp that he tried to predict for the World Cup when he picked those DPS.
Absolutely. Now you can see a couple changes coming from Boomers here. I mean, Chaz is now going from the Sigma to Saria, which is quite interesting. Of course, now they're despite keeping the DPS, this is a very interesting comp. I mean, I could see this actually happening, but the problem is with this is that they need to make sure that the Tracer and the Sombra's coming in. If Saria's going to get her ultimate charge for her to get those Gravitons, because the higher charge you get those Gravitons, the better you get. It looks like Chaz is going to take out Selly here, and look like they're going to make that push happen here.
Yeah, Chaz is already getting a decent amount of energy, only at 35 right now due to a debatable personal bubble, but Pharah finds SF Mighty Yena. I'm just going to call him SF from now on. That's a huge pull to bring 4 players together. It doesn't result in much, but it definitely does clump them together to hack to find Brick right now, and it does look like Horn Beasts are going to start to crumble here. Charvy's going to try and prevent that, but it doesn't look like it'll be enough as the cap starts to pull over. They only have 43%, and they have to back up.
They did. They looked like they backed up at the right time, and they wanted to keep that fight going, but I think they kept the safe to keeping 4 guys alive and coming back here. It looks like, oh, right now we're going to stop right here. Selly actually gets the hit kill on Demon here, but Jazz gets a pick on the Lucio here. We're going to get, it's still 5-5 map here.
Yeah, Damon only having 70% of that EMP so far, not doing as much work as he might want to. That's a Coalescence coming in from Jippy Key right now, helping that front line, dealing damage and dealing a decent amount of healing as well. It's just piercing through those barriers, but Space Cowboy's going to find Zella, and that's a Pulse Bomb. It's going to find both DPS from Space Cowboy. Bongo's out as well just to confirm the fight, and it does look like Horn Beast will crumble in this assault.
Absolutely no, they were able to get that very good. They were able to, despite the half the team walled off at that one point, they were able to manage that around. So, I mean, that's actually, I mean, the wall was good from the Horn Beast, but Boomers were able to manage around that. And of course, here now they're getting ready for an EMP grab here. They could be that head combo happening here very soon.
Definitely. There's going to be an EMP combo, like you said. And if they get this Pulse Bomb soon, which it does look like they definitely probably will, then that's going to be also massive. That's a Dragon Strike coming in. This might be it. That's a huge pull to bring them together. It's going to find Ferret. The main tank falls first. That's not what you want to see if you are on either side. Now the Brick falls as well. That's going to be a Resurrect, though, to bring Ferret back to the fight, but Jaden does fall. That's going to be a Blizzard. Finds one player as the Zarya falls, and this looks like Horn Beast is going to bring it back. No EMP Graviton combo yet, since they're probably waiting for that Pulse Bomb just to confirm it.
Absolutely. Honestly, I would wait for the pulse bomb myself. I mean, to make sure you want to make sure you get all the team right there because they're really getting close to here. Here, the fact that they saved that earlier, one not because knowing that the team wasn't in incorrect formation, but the second the fact that if Eric got kicked off before that happened, because basically you can pull them in, go for that start, go for that grab right there, making sure you want to get at least more than 50% of the team in that grab to make sure that EMP or that pulse bomb gets around. But of course, the one thing is that could they or they're going to use all of their ultimates together, or are they going to use Vanish here?
Okay, they're going to start off with the EMP, and I think that's the best decision, because you don't give the Sigma the opportunity to eat it with the kinetic grasp. The Graviton Surge doesn't really find a whole lot of value. That's going to be the bounce coming in. Two players found in it, both supports, and they're both going to be dropped super low, and that's going to be it. They're going to start to fight these eliminations here at 84%. This looks like it might be last fight territory coming up very soon, as Damon's going to get caught out and fall. 90% to touch.
Absolutely. No, at one point it looked like that Damon was in position for an EMP, but I don't know what happened there. But it looks like the Valkyrie's going to be coming from Adeline, and they got almost less than 3% to make it here. But I don't think they're going to be able to. Here, oh, they're able to.
Yeah, the Zarya and the Tracer were managing to get on that flank at the last second. Fair swapped over to the Hammond and Damon onto the Reaper just to have that better run back speed. The Valkyrie is out at the moment to try and keep them alive a little bit better, but Sniv finds Kaz with the Accretion Rock. That's a huge pick to start off this defense of this point. That's a huge pull to bring three players together. The Resurrect is going to be there though onto the Zarya, hopefully trying to get charged up with Graviton Surge in time, but it doesn't look like they will with so many players dead at the moment. They have to have a massive stand-up play in order to win this. As the pick starts to come in, it looks less and less likely all the time, and that's going to be a freeze, confirming the kill onto Kaz, and that's it. 100% Horn Beast in control for Oasis.
No, those are the best two maps that I've seen so far here on, from any Oasis map here. But the fact that Horn Beast coming into the game here, having a rough time with their matches, but now it looks like this could be their night. The fact that they're able to go against, I mean, they look like they coordinated well. They look like they were able to use wisely. They did everything that I would see for everything they needed to do to be very successful. So Horn Beast right now going 1-0 here on Oasis. Best way to start for them, and we're going to be seeing more. I mean, and we're not done yet, of course. We're just going to be able to see a lot more coming from these guys. So I'm actually going to be very excited to see if they can actually manage this momentum from them. Because you want to keep that momentum going with the next maps. So, I mean, if that momentum can keep building up for them into the upcoming maps, they could we could see their first win coming in tonight.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you know, I've seen a lot of the games from Horn Beast, and although they've not won any maps before this, they have made it so close every single time. And it's been so heartbreaking to watch them just not quite win these maps. And honestly, I don't want to be biased, but it's kind of nice to see Horn Beast finally get that win that they really have always been capable of getting on a map. And now, you know, if you're a fan of Shanghai, you're like, 0-40 club, Horn Beast, join it.
No,
that's not happening. That's not happening.
No, they're not
At least
happening.
in terms of map score, they're not going to have a inverse golden stage.
No, Horn Beast wants to be in the position. They don't want to be in that position. They don't want to be like Shanghai, where where the team gets very close and they lose it. No, Horn Beast is right now on the position where like we're not going to be that part of the club. We're getting our first win tonight, and it looks like they're on the right. Or looks like they're on the right path. But of course, the one thing about it is getting ahead of themselves. That's the one thing with some of the teams out there that looks like they have the advantage to win, loses it because they could be overconfident. They could be a bit cocky at times, but I think, but honestly, I would believe Horn Beast is going to be smart and making sure that the momentum they have right now, making sure they keep it going, and knowing how they still need to play smart, they still need to play the roles they need to be playing. So if they can keep that, they will basically be in a good spot to keep themselves to be in a position to win their first match tonight.
Definitely. Although Boomers definitely did have a lot of bright spots there, and they can definitely bring this back. It's just going to be, I think it's just going to be a very close game, and we could even see a map 5 here.
Absolutely. That could be very possible. I mean, at one point, what is it? Boomers, they were on the second map. They were able to come back. They were able to get some of the first percentage of the game here from that first map here. So, I mean, looking at that, they can still do it. They do need to work on a lot of things here. First off, they need to make sure if they want to go for combos, like I said earlier, they could have gone for an EMP grab combo or something like that with a pulse bomb, even if it was 3 ultimates. But the fact that there were some combos they could have worked around here, but they didn't coordinate that very easily here. So what they need to do is making sure that they keep themselves together, understanding what's going on. And just, of course, when they're playing their shields, I think at one point, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong here, but I think some of their shield management was kind of a bit poor. I wouldn't say terribly. Sometimes shield management is a very key thing. Sometimes it's very tricky to understand. Coordinating with your other player to figure out if your shields are good or bad. But for here, it's going to be, for here, it looks like they might roll the Orisa Ryan, which is a better type of shield combination in my opinion. But we're gonna see if that's gonna help them get them back into this game.
Yeah, I think most importantly though, they're running the Baptiste Orisa Rein. So they will have that Flaming Fury combo, as I like to call it, with the Window Pull and Fire Strike.
Absolutely, that's the best combo.
Gonna...
That's the best new combination you can see in this format here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's going to be a wall to try and separate the team a little bit, but that's going to be another wall to bring those players split as well. The attack only having 2 players left behind, so they will be able to maintain a little bit. That's going to be a pin to bring Fair out of position. And it doesn't look like they're going to really bind him, but instead they're going to get Space Cowboy.
This is
now the picks are starting to come in for the defense. Both tanks getting eliminations here. Now Chibiki's going to get one of her own, and this or of their own, and that's going to be the one defense here.
Yeah, no, that push right there would have been successful in 2 ways. One, if the Ryan was able to stay with the team, but if you notice that he went to the far right without the team, and the next thing you know, when he charges them out of position, that basically just, that was kind of, in my opinion, that's a throw. If you're out of position as a Reinhardt, you're not protecting the team, not be able to get damage or whatever with the fire strikes or any swings you're doing, that does hurt the team a lot. So they need to make sure that Ryan stays in play. Otherwise, they're not going to be able to get the percentage they need for this map.
And another thing, I think, Moira Zen is a very fragile support combo, very high offensive potential, but very, very weak to backline dives. So if Chibi can win the 1v1s in the backline, then this looks strong, but if they struggle, then this will be a very rough time. But it looks like Chibi's going to handle themselves very well, as the pick did come in earlier for the defense, and now the Ryan Barrier's going to fall, and that's going to be a window, though. A huge blizzard is going to counteract it, finding just the Baptiste, though, and that's Death Blossom used as well, just to help clean up a little bit. Potentially a few too many used ults with the Coalescence window, or not window, but Death Blossom and Blizzard.
Absolutely, no, absolutely. What you said earlier, making sure that if what's his name stays in the back line, is able to get that. No, that's very honest. No, if they can continue that with the back line, that's very good. Now, of course, now here with the ults they used was a bit too much in my opinion. But if they would have cut the Reaper's ultimate, that would probably have been okay. Other than that, they look like they were able to win that fight here. They still come in with another 3 ultimates here. Now the question is, will they go against the other against Boomers? 4 ultimates coming into play here.
That's a very weak bongo position on the defense. That's going to be huge shatter fighting 3 players to the ground. Fair's going to pin Sniv into the Orisa. And now this looks like a Transcendence is going to come out to try and save the team a little bit. Brick is just barely in the healing range, and he's going to be able to live throughout the entire Blizzard for the most part. But no, that's going to be it. The Widow's going to start to get picks as Jaden starts to just dominate the enemy team. It's 3 picks for the quote-unquote support, who, by the way, does more DPS than Soldier 76.
Absolutely, no. From the new buff on Baptiste, or basically just from the last buff, makes Baptiste a little bit more stronger. I mean, it's like if you're a 76 player, but you want to be a benefit, still want to play him, you know what? Switch over to Baptiste. He's gonna do the same thing like a Soldier's gonna do. The only difference is that you're able to heal, and then of course his ability is gonna keep you alive as long as you can, and his ultimate is just gonna help you with any damage coming out here. Now, if you notice that Rumors are getting ready to go make their push here, they're making it on the right here. They got 2 ultimates coming into play here, going against Civi's Sigma's ultimate here. The question is, like, will Sigma get a big pick off this ultimate as they make this next push here? I meant.
Yeah, definitely. There are the Blossom and the Bongo, which is a very potent potential combo for the attack right now. They're going to set up on point. That's going to be the Grenade Force, putting all the players on the attack. The window will drop as well from Sniv, but it doesn't look like any picks are going to quite come in yet, as Ferret drops super low, as well as Damon, but they're going to be living for a little bit longer. Ferret gets healed up by his Baptiste finally, after being so low, and now Kaz is a little bit isolated. Discord is going to drop, but nope, Kaz is going to live, and Ferret's going to start to clean up, as well as Damon. Both of them fighting plenty of eliminations. Kaz is going to find Charlie, and this looks like the defense is going to start to crumble here, as Zell is the only person left alive with that Death Blossom, but not going to be able to pop it quite yet. SF Mighty is coming in, about to have this Blizzard. Meanwhile, in the opponent's Blizzard, he's dropping it, and it's all the players in it, effectively, as the Roadhog comes in. Sniv is up. There's 3 players who are frozen right now, and that's going to be the first pick of the defense as Jaden falls, but the Reaper's going to come in with a Death Blossom. He's going to pop it. What's it going to find? It's going to find 1 player, just Space Cowboy, and it looks like nobody else is going to be able to touch. Depends on whether or not Brick, and just a little bit of body block from David. It's enough to confirm the attack. 2:35 of the time, Mank.
If that pillar wasn't right there for Brick, he would have been able to got that point. But I mean, the fact that May was able to hold on to the point, get that Blizzard, held on just for a little bit longer, but wasn't enough for them to to keep that point to their advantage here. But Boomers did come in with a strong attack coming into the second point, and it looks like they're able to get that second point again going here. Now, of course, Horns Bees still has a chance to maybe beat that time, giving themselves an advantage. And by looking at it, they might have a chance to have a better advantage. I mean, they were able to hold the first point quite a while, and then coming to the second point was a little bit. I mean, in my opinion, I mean, it was good. I mean, of course, they made the point longer, and of course, Sigma's ultimate. If they actually would have able to maybe weaken them just a bit longer before having Snivs coming to bring his what do you call it, Sigma's ultimate, they might have had a better chance. But you know what? They looks like Boomers was ready for that, and they were able to keep themselves long enough to keep themselves alive long enough to keep themselves in the game.
For sure. And that was a massive stall, definitely. I think that the big thing is, remember, Reaper still has that insane lifesteal, so Death Blossom is effectively a transcendence on top of that damage. If you're hitting 6 people, before the 50% it is now, back when it was, I believe, 20%, I think is equal in healing to transcendence. So now it's 2.5 times as much as transcendence.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a bit stronger, and noticing that, like, if you're going to pull anything, that you want to make sure you're doing a coordinated here. Now, coming to this next map here, we can see Boomers is good. I mean, Horton Beast is going to go with a very interesting strategy. They're going to go with the double shields with Metra Bastion. So we're going to see how this is going to play out. I'm going to be excited to see this. I want to see how this is going to go. This will be exciting. Oh, they got the wall
to cancel it. That does give them a little bit more time to set up, though. Since they don't have to worry about their own shields, and they can use the shields that the opponent's providing them as that May wall. Now they're going to start to set up on point with Zella in this corner. Sniv is going to try and protect him just a little bit, and that's going to be the pick starting to come in, but Damon finds Zella there. That might be the pick that they need in order to win this defense. The pull doesn't quite bring Charmy out of range of the Resurrect, so Zella's back into this fight with a massive pull, bringing 3 players together, and it looks like the damage might just start to overwhelm the defense as they try and get good positions. Zella finds the next pick of the attack. Taz falls, and now the defense is in a very rough position. Until that happens, though, Charpy falls, and that's going to be no resurrect available. And now the picks are starting to come in for the defense, and if they can really start to hold on here, this looks like it might be until a massive wall very fast. They're like just popping in the tank form. Zella, that wasn't necessary, my friend.
Boomers had made it to the point they could have gotten it. They actually would have won that point, but now it looks like
Space Cowboy's still on there. Space Cowboy wins
doing it. What?
They hold! Mike, Charmy's coming in! Charmy's
not done yet!
Massive play! It's still alive! Space Cowboy's dead! Oh my god, they capped! What? They win the fight!
May could have. I mean, May was able to get the last opponent here, but then of course Mercy come. What is it? Adrenaline came in the last second, healing that Bastion, just being distracted by Bastion and Mercy. That was so clutch. I've never seen that ever happen. That is so good. Now they really again. They got that point faster than they needed, so that's good for them. They're still running the comp. They're gonna look like they could be flanking the left side here. Now the question is will they be able to make the second point faster than they did in the first point? But I don't know. That last point was just so good.
That was just fun to watch, fun to cast, fun.
I'm gonna watch that replay for a while.
That's a weird lamp play from Jaden right there. And that's a window trying to keep the damage up. Kaz finds Zella. That's a huge pick for the defense right now. That's like a tire coming in, but the land is going to save them. As Zella is a bit of a wonky position, but the shields are going to start to be there as the pull comes in, bringing 2 players out of position, but they're going to be able to live for a little bit longer. The lamp should be up at any moment right now for Jaden. Yes, he has it now. It's still there, and they can come back whenever, and that's going to be the pick starting to come in. A massive blizzard's just going to force the fight to be won. Debatably whether or not they need to use it since they were already up so much.
Yeah, I think that part of that ultimate could have been saved, but you know what? It looked like it was going around. The other thing about that push was that I think one minor mistake that Horn Base did was they were in a position that they were looking at 1 point, not the second points, because you got people coming that were attacked by both the point they were going for and the right side. So if they were able to, if they go for that again, which it looks like they're not going to, it looked like they switched off the Bastion to McCree. But if they were able to, at one point, if they were able to look at those double sides, they might have had a chance here. But right now, it looks like they are in a good spot. They got more time than Boomers here. They got 2 ultimates coming in, going against the Boomers 3 ultimates here. The question is, I mean, can they can overcome that here? All it depends if they see the Juggernaut on the left side.
Yeah, that's a massive pull to bring them all out of position. The teleport is set up on that top side, but Brick falls. So this looks like it's going to be a very wonky attack to participate in as the Rock just slams Zella in the face. Ferret's going to start to clean up on the enemy DPS as the defense holds strong.
Yeah, absolutely. And the plan going under the top high ground wasn't a bad idea. I think the problem was that there was lack of protection. 2 the players going on, and everyone kept dropping in. So that's one thing they need. If they want to if they want to use the Symmetra's teleporter to their advantage, they need to make sure that whoever's going to be wherever everyone's going to be, they need to make sure there's some sort of protection or making sure they're able to pick up the damage on themselves. It looked like 3 tackles, but it looks like the push is going to be happening here. I'm going to let you get to this.
Oh, Sniv. Oh, poor Sniv. So out of position. So dead. But the resurrect is there on the defense. There's no chance for the attack to win this. And now it does look like the time banks are going to be, or the time bank singular is going to be in the favor of Boomers here, unless Horn Beast has a massive attack.
Which I don't think is going to happen in the next less than 10 seconds here. That would be they would have to take the point right now. They would have to make sure everyone doesn't touch for them just to get the point here. But it looks like they're not going to. But going to this fight right here, previous fight, they did the right thing of not going in the fight after that one pick. They wanted to wait for their full fight here. But it looks like they're going to have to do it again as Diema takes out Sella for A here. So now they're going to have to wait for probably another fight. Unless they can get that Mercy rest here, which he looks like he's getting ready to go into. So now the fight might continue here.
Yeah, that was a huge resurrected. But Zella kind of walked into the Junkrat spam. Now Kaz is going to find him. As the picks start to come in for the defense, the attack doesn't really stand much of a chance of winning here, although Sniv does win the 1v1 and blow, and now massive play from Kaz just to get 2 eliminations real quick. Why not? Now freeze onto Charmy in the middle of the Valkyrie. You don't see that too often. And now Sniv alone on point, the lone soldier. What a poor old man. Don't kill the toes like this.
He's already dead. Don't stop, he's already dead. But no, it looked like he separated himself from the team, even though despite that team fight being a loss, it looked like he went there and tried to see if he could get him off point, but it looks like it didn't put any effect in here. But now it looks like they're getting ready for their next coming to the next fight. They got 4 ultimates here. They can basically find a way to use Symmetra's ultimate to protect McCree. Maybe find a way to get a couple picks here. But the only problem with that is that with Space Cowboy's wall, Cass's shield, and Ferret's shield, that's going to be a very difficult thing for them to do. And plus, Jadon's immortality field, that's going to be something they're going to have to look out for. If they can work around that, they can see themselves for a good pick here. But of course, that's only going to decide on how they actually understand each player's ability.
Yeah, that's going to be the wall coming in to try and get them with a good attack right now. The teleporter is put up onto that high ground. Now Withel's up there with the high noon, getting ready to try and pop it and get some picks here. And there we go. Ferret falls. That's the first pick they needed on the defense, or on the attack, as he's just going to walk forward into Kaz, and that's a Riptire coming in from above. And that's going to find 2! Massive tire from Damon, as Jaden also helps with the cleanup. And that's just going to be the defense holding strong once more.
Yeah, if you actually noticed when Cell was able to get a high noon going in, if you notice they were all spread out. So despite getting Ferret on that one pick, though, they were too spread for him to actually figure out which one to get. Most importantly, because sometimes that one crucial hero to be dead from the high noon, it's very important to their team fight. But of course, it looked like just what they tried to do didn't put any help here. Now it looks like they have to wait again here. It looks like a demon just takes out Kriv. They're only support player that was able to bring players back here. So now they have to wait another time, but are not going to be able to have it. They have to make a touch here to make any progress.
Yeah, that's just so much spam value from Damon with that damage from Adrenaline. One shot just brings Chibiki to such low health. Another can slay them at like 180 with the damage boost or something like that. Zella does find Damon, so that's if they're gonna push and win a fight, this is not the time though, since they're losing so many players. Sniff at such low health, almost at the Scrivener's Flux, but he's not gonna be able to pop it with a freeze. Just beaming through onto him. Zarya's on point right now as well, but Brick's just gonna fall, and that's it. That's the defense holding very strong. Zella rolls into his demise. That's 1-1.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that the second point is usually always a hard point to take. So honestly, I don't blame Horn Beast trying to figure out. They came in with different ideas. They came in with different comps. I mean, they still had a strong fight here, but of course, it wasn't able to take the second point. So I mean, I don't blame them one bit if they were as much as they were able to take the first map and taking the first point quickly here. That they had to come back. They had a difficult time making this here, but we are basically 2 maps in, so there's still a chance for Horn Beast to come into the play. Boomers is showing that, hey, you know what, you might have taken the first map, but you're not taking our second map. So right now, it's again like we said earlier, we're seeing even matchups from from Boomers, and of course that's showing that right now it's 50-50, anyone's game in this position here. But Horn Beast is still gonna have to find their way to get their first win here, and I think it's still gonna happen in my opinion.
Definitely, and it is about that time. It's halftime. I hope you all have a nice break. Go do whatever you need to. We'll see you after the break.
devil in a red dress. Call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang, bang, got my hand on the trigger. The devil in a red dress. Call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang, bang, got my hand, bang, got my hand. Call
Hog one. Heals.
Coming back.
Nope, well, Teddy's popping.
Yeah, I am.
Welcome back, everybody, to OCC, where you're currently tied up at the half, 1-1 between Horn Beasts and Boomers. How do you feel about the game so far, man?
You know what? I mean, I there's only so much I can say. First map was Hornby side. We were gonna see something happen for them, and then coming to the second map, having when they started their attack, like you expect us. You saw the symmetric bashing, like okay, we can see something happen here. But how are they able to take that with like everyone dying one by one and just that comeback though? That was that's the highlight of the night was the fact that the push, not only they really get that push faster than Boomers, but the fact that just the Bastion was living with it May, and then Mercy comes in and gets Bastion back up and takes. How else can you describe that?
Absolute insanity. That's the only word I think is legally allowed to be used. That's the law. All right, that is the law, everyone.
For every time I see, I would say, I'm sorry. I would say they're gonna clip this again. I kid you not. You got clipped the first time. They're gonna clip me here. If I get clipped, I'm done here. But you know what? That's part of OCC is having a fun time, clipping the most ridiculous things that go around. So you know what, Jack? You know what? Clip it. I don't really care if it gets the laughs for everyone. Go for it. But
Fresh nuts, hello.
Oh my god! If we get this on Fresh Nuts, I swear I will literally. I'll do something.
Everybody can't pay on Fresh Nuts.
Anyway, right now, again, I've seen really interesting clutches or just those small like take backs right there. That's the most interesting one I have seen. Basically never. You see a good strategy coming in. It looks like they had the advantage. Then they were losing the fight, and then they come back with like that last minute little res, and that main's not figuring out what's going on, or thinking like, is that everyone? And the next thing she has to see is a Mercy resin, a Bastion, and she doesn't have her. I don't think she had her cooldowns too, so that made it more scary. So again, you can see all these comebacks, but that was probably the best comeback I've seen ever.
Top 10 plays of 2020.
Absolutely. I would say top 20 of top 10 of the month so far. You have to think about this. You can't go 2020 yet. We still got 300 plus days to figure this out. You got all these other games coming in. You never know what's going to be top 10 by the end of the next year.
Well, that's going to be number one. I don't care. No matter what happens in the Overwatch League, that's number one. Even if the same exact thing happens, they copied us. Confirmed. Absolutely true. Correct.
If I see the same type of situation like this happen in Overwatch League, I'm done for it. I'll be surprised if that ever happens. But you know what?
That has happened. When Carpe just clicked like 4 heads on a
League's on Tower
Night Market. Yeah.
Yeah. That one, yeah. I saw that. I was literally laughing out of my chair thinking, what the hell is going on?
Same thing here.
Like, first off, you see one point, and then next you know, you see Carpe clicking heads for it's like, get good forehead.
Yeah, he just decided.
Or they're like, we got this forehead, and then you're like, Carpe's like, step aside, or like, hold my beer, will ya? It's literally Carpe again. Just that right there. It says anyone can make comebacks. It doesn't matter what rank you are. It doesn't matter what team. It doesn't matter what map. Anyone can make those comebacks. All it takes is for that one hero to be popping off, and that's what that's what Bastion and the Mercy did, just for that first point on Hanamura.
That's what the May did. Let's be honest here. The May popped, getting that last couple of picks, and then just chaotic coming in, or no, Charvy coming in and just yoinking the win away.
Pretty much. It looks like we're getting ready for the Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, we're on Blizzard World, by the way. Just in case you aren't using your eyes. I know that happens sometimes. And we have, again, a double barrier. I'm surprised to see this much double barrier since, as you know, this is the Gold Division. It's Deadlock Division. And really, double barrier is the kind of composition that now, since it was changed between Arrest and Sigma so much, it's extremely hard to actually get it, to actualize that composition. And we've seen a lot of it.
Absolutely. The key theme to that is communicating with your other tank player, and managing your resources. In most cases, managing your shields. The more you can manage your shields, the better chance you have here. But it looks like we're not going to see a double shield mirror match here. We're going to see one double shield, and we're going to see a Reinzard from the other side here from Boomers.
I'm kind of surprised to see this is where the Pharah comes out. Actually, I was talking about Oasis, how good it is there, but here this is a hit scan paradise. Seeing a Pharah here is a curious thing. I'm not complaining. But
I'm
it's weird.
not complaining either. I mean, the fact that Horn Base don't have any counters for Farah, so if Farah can stay flying high for as long as she can get it. But it looks like we're gonna be getting the Diamond to take out Scylla.
Yeah, it's a massive pick from the Reaper onto the Hanzo, winning that 1v1. It's so hard for both heroes since they can just one-shot each other. That's Ferret holding W and getting that pick onto Chibi. And now this looks like they're going to kind of roll over first point with Ferret, Space Cowboy raining heck from the skies and the ground.
Yeah, no, it looks like, I mean, the fact that, like you said earlier, double shield can be a very hard competition to comp around with if you know how to manage around. But it looked like for Horn Beast, they weren't able to do that. The Rhinestar was able to take them down here, but it was not only that pressure from the Rhinestar was helping them out, but the fact that Farah, that Pharmacy is actually putting pressure too. So, I mean, you're looking at a lot of things coming around from the Boomers that's actually helping get the point here. But of course, we're going to see if they can keep that momentum going here as they get ready to push this payload.
Yeah, and look at the ultimates right now for Boomers right now. Since they're about to have a barrage, they're very close to a shatter, and most importantly, they have the window. And a barrage through window is kind of insane. A little bit bad when it comes to positioning, but that's a huge pick from Zella to just kaboink the Farah out of the sky.
Yeah, absolutely. Bapti's ult, just getting that window can be very effective to area push here. So it looks like they might be able to do that. Oh my goodness!
That's a huge block and a massive stun. Massive.
That was actually huge right there. The fact that he was going in for the shatter. First off, it was a good position. It looked like it was a good position, but the fact that right when he shattered, he lost that shatter. So that's, I mean, first off, you don't want to do that like that, my friend. I mean, I've played Ryan myself, but you know what? If you're gonna be shattering like that, you better hope you're live, second the team's with you. But if you're doing none of that, you should be getting off the Rhino right now. But you know what? It looks like he's gonna be safe with it for this next push.
Yeah, they're about to have a Graviton Surge, which paired with the window is another great combo. And that's going to be Space Cowboy going up in a 1v1 with Chibi is going to win it. And now it looks like he's going to opt in to fight Zella. That's a massive flash fan to cancel out anything that he would have wanted to do, but that's going to be the only pick that they're going to find. Never mind, Damon falls to Zella. And McCree starts to pop off a little bit, but is at like 3 health.
Now, I would say they would have had that grab in that last fight here. Quite wrong way, but you know what? I mean, despite how close he had that grab, they were able to get that fight off. But he will, in this next fight, be able to get that grab. So we could see maybe a grab with window fire strike. I want to see that happen. I mean, that was what I would do. I would tell my team to set up for a grab, get the window. Let's see how many fire strikes, how many kills we get with the fire strike. But it looks like we might be seeing that. I'd love to see that.
Yeah, and right now Kaz isn't actually getting a whole lot of charge, but now, right when I say that, already at 70, that's going to be the first pick off the Chibi right now. The High Noon in this flank is going to be a lot of pressure, and it's going to be a lot of elimination as well. Press Q and M1 to win game.
Now I did say I wanted to see the EMP window with a fire strike, but I didn't want to see a High Noon come and play getting half of the team right there. So that was a pretty good play from Stella right there. So good play from him. He's popping off what he needed to be doing here. Of course, that's going to cause Boomers to have to reset here, getting really close to getting that for a second point here. So we're going to see if they can keep that momentum going to hold that second push, but. We'll see how long it goes, as we can see. Shaz, Space Cowboy, Demons got their ultimates, including Drellin. It's got 4 again. Boomer's got 4 ultimates, so we're gonna see if how many ultimates is it gonna take for them to actually take the second point. You know what I'm gonna say? I think it's gonna take 0 ultimates for them to win it. You know what? Actually, just take all of them. They're gonna only get half the team.
Look at Space Cowboy right now. He's ready. He's just above them, dancing around, doing a little bit of a jig. And now he's going to come out of Cloak, trying to poke down that Zenyatta. MaxPack does find Zella. That's a huge pick to start off on the attack. And it looks like they aren't even going to commit very many ultimates as Space Cowboy finds Shibiki. That's a Blizzard coming in on the attack. And that's going to be EMP. Graviton Surge only finds 2 players at the tanks. That's going to be a Death Muslim to help clean up. It's going to find 3. I don't think you needed that.
You know, I think in most cases it was somewhat necessary. But to me, I mean, my question is not why you pop that ultimate. My question is why did Space Cowboy take forever to actually go in there for the EMP? Because if you notice, they were just grouped up together. If he would have dropped in just 2 seconds before they split, EMP right there, they would have gotten that. But you know what? They wasted more time doing that. But you know what? That's them. That's Gold Division. I'm not in that rank anymore. So you know what? Whatever goes on, I really don't mind. It looks like they're gonna make the second push here. Let's see how far they get from here.
Well, that's the window coming in on the attack, and the Fire Strike tries to come through it, but that's going to be a massive eat. And now, whoa, that's... Unbind your shift, Ferret! You're going way too deep. Zella's going to punish you for that one. The window fades. And now this is a very strong position for the defense right now. As Space Cowboy's just kind of harassing in the back, getting a decent amount of ult charge, but nothing else is really going to be found.
Barrett, I know you're in gold. I know you want to charge. I know you like to swing your hammer, but you got. I know you want your ultimate. I know you want to do things, but you can't do that. Even if Zori's going to help you, no one's going to help you there. But you know what?
So toxic.
You know what? I'm a Ryan player myself. Sometimes when I see a player just going in like that, I'm gonna say one or two things. I'm gonna say, "What are you doing?" Or I'm reporting you for throwing. But you know what? I don't do that. I only do that if I know they're doing that every push time.
Well, you know what? When I see it, I'm just proud because they're living the life I can't live.
Absolutely no.
Even if they're dying, they're still living the life.
Yeah, you know what? In the end, they're still gonna be playing the hero they need to do. But you know what?
That's gonna be
will have to go out.
That's a big opportunity for Shadow since the Cryptic Flux is used. That's not the position you want to be in. 4-man dropped on the Shadow. The Transcend is gonna be there, but just too late. Now the Sigma's in the backline trying to 1v1 the backline, but the Colossus is actually gonna find Ferret there. Paprika with a massive play. Now the Resurrect is gonna be there though, and now Ferret's back up into the fight. It's 5v3 at the moment, with 2 of those 3 backing up. Just the supports left alive. Damon's going to find Paprika. Now Chippy's going to fall very soon. There it is. Damon starting to pop a little bit with 2 eliminations on the supports. He's going to be frozen, but he's going to live despite that. And now Keech in a very wonky position. That's going to be the MP fighting 3 players. Massive play from Space Cowboy. It looks like they're going to be able to cap off of that one.
No, I don't really think so. Honestly, they're trickling one by one. They're kind of a little bit out of whack here. But they're still able to keep a hold here. But Ferret's going to take down Paprika. He's still going to keep going here. He's not stopping, won't stop. He just keeps swinging. Now that's the runner I want to see, is making sure you're staying with the team and getting those picks that you need to.
I just want him to shift into the backline and get a 6K.
You know what? Every Reinhardt wants to do that. They want to just charge in the backline thinking like, oh, we're going to go get him. Next you know, pops a shatter. You know what? I have seen that rarely actually happen. The only problem is that if you try to do that, and the more you do that, the more they actually get caught on that. So there's only so much you can do as a Reinhardt player. But you know what? I mean, despite the mistakes Ferret made, he was able to make it up, get the team to go make that second push with under a minute left. So we're gonna see if Horn Beast can beat that time here. Of course, they weren't. It all depends on the first point here. So I want to see how they're gonna do this.
I was gonna say something, but I forgot what I was gonna say. Now I'm a bit upset.
Well, you know what? Whose problem is that then?
Well, yours, because you're being extremely toxic to me right now.
Yo, hold on a second. Okay, hold on. I'm not that toxic yet. Chat could prove that. I mean, yeah, I might sound like I'm doing nuts, but you know what? I'm not. I'm just trying. Hey, you told me to have fun. That's what I'm trying to do. You know what? If I have to be toxic,
you're being toxic, bro. All right. Why you gotta be so toxic?
Yo, relax. I'm not that. Okay, the only time I'm toxic is one of 2 things. I see a throw in Reinhardt, or I see a competition that doesn't even work. But you know what? In this case scenario, we're only seeing one case scenario of Ferret actually going in all of a sudden. But you know what?
It's not.
Sometimes you learn around that.
Reinhardt. It's a happy Reinhardt.
I know he's excited, but he's got to just chill here.
I think they should buff Reinhardt to give him 5,000 health, so then he can actually put into the backline. I think that's a full buff.
I die to see the day if Reinhardt has 5,000, you can just charge right in and just go in the back line. Everyone's just going to be just die-hard triggering on you, so... But you know what?
That's ideal Overwatch. Ozel's going to fall very, very early thanks to Damon's massive spam damage. Look at Damon's ult charge!
Who? Wait.
Damon has 56% of his ultimate already.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, no joke.
Damon, 73%!
Stop it! Dude, I know I love Junkrat, but stop it! You're abusing the power of Junkrat here, Jesus!
Jake is smiling in the corner.
Yes. But no, Damon. Junkrat. How much? You can see the power of Junkrat. If you can play that Junkrat very correctly, you can see how much ult power he is, and he might get more here. The fact that Horn Beast is going with Diva. They're going with a weird dive competition, in my opinion. This will be interesting to see if they can work around that. But I don't see dive being successful. We're gonna see if they can prove me wrong here.
I mean, they've been destroyed by this Junkrat spam damage so far throughout the entire game whenever it's been in there, so Diva might be the only thing to really prevent it. Now the Kinetic Grasp is going to come in, not really finding a whole lot of value, but that's a slam, and Keech, the baby Diva, finds the Junkrat, but Brick falls thanks to the passive, and Kaz finds Yina, and that's going to be the end of the push, most likely. As never mind, Keech has their mech back, and Zella finds Max back. Zella, what are you doing? You're in the backline, you're getting 2, but you're going to fall to Damon! That's
He gets the
unfortunate.
picks, but then unfortunately he just loses this. But it looks like he can still be able to make it here, though. I mean, the only question is, I mean, oh, actually, we might see them go around here.
Yeah, the Resurrect and the Coalescence are providing a lot of value right now as Chibi finds their second pick in this fight, and that's
Kill the Mercy!
Oh, the Valkyrie, or not the Valkyrie, but the tactical visor's out, but it's not finding any value thanks to the massive play of Brick just getting in their face. That's the Death Blossom coming in as well, not doing a whole lot. MaxPac does find Yina, but that's not going to be enough to win the defense. It doesn't look as Paprika, the Battle Mercy finds Space Cowboy. And also thank you, Elfie, for agreeing with me that he's toxic.
If you can see a Mercy take off someone actually holding on to the point or whatever, that's actually what they need to do. Now, I actually noticed that Damon still has Junkrat tire, which I'm really surprised that he's still holding on to. So I want to see if I want to see a large pick from Junkrat. I love seeing those 6Ks or seeing those triple kills on the Junkrat. But you know, we're gonna see if that goes on. But right now at this point, looks like Space Cowboy is gonna fall to Quiche here.
Yeah, Damon is getting a massive pocket throughout this entire game thanks to Adrenaline. And he's trying to 1v1 Zella and almost got him at several points, but Zella's just going to end up winning thanks to Wraith Form, saving him twice. Shibiki finds that lamp as well. The Resurrect is going to be there, though, and Damon's up, but that healing isn't there to help Ferret stay alive to the massive Reaper damage. And Zella, what are you doing? You're just killing everything! 3 picks for the Reaper, and now they're going to start moving Cardigan and pushing the payload forward. And Zella just destroying the opposition.
Absolutely no. He's flanking around. He's basically ghosting in and out. He's getting the pixie knee, and that's what he's actually needs to be doing as a for the team right now. He's helping the team to the full beneficial they need to do. Even this weird competition is, I mean, something I don't see often being successful, but look like they're making it successful here.
He's going ghost! He's going into that backline! He's on Ferret at the moment, and they're all low, and now Zella's going to start to find the picks as Space Cowboy falls as well. That's a tire coming out. What's it going to find? It's going to find just Paprika, so it does look like they're going to be able to push the cart, and now with a massive time bank, they're just steamrolling Blizzard World right now.
Absolutely, but the problem right now is that they can't move this card. They got to deal with this Junkrat. I mean, even that ball's not going to get it. It's like you're going to spin around, but you're getting one. I mean, if you're going to get someone, you might as well be looking track here, oh Hammond. Come on now.
You spin me right round, Hammond, right around like a...
Like, we got to finish this song. That's what you got to do. It's like, if you're going to put a whole watch quote here with a song, you got to finish it up properly, my dude.
You spin me right round, Hammond, right round like a wrecking ball.
Pretty much.
That's going to be a pick coming on to Zella right now as Brick's just going to kind of slam it in, not finding a whole lot of value, but is about to have this minefield coming in very soon. Quiche has the bomb as well, so this can be used, and there's the going in. The Sigma should be able to block that. Yeah, the May as well. You got to be sure you block that sometimes, I guess. 2 just shields, 1 a wall, 1 a barrier. That's a free throw to Brick. That's very unfortunate if you're a Hammond player. Now I think he has to swap now that the May is providing so much value and shutting him down so hard.
Honestly, I think you can keep the Hammond. I mean, if you're putting in the pressure of having to go in, just basically like what do you call it, like Tracer, popping in, popping out. I mean, if you can keep the pressure with the Hammond, I mean, I think the Hammond is okay play, but you know what? I mean, yes, in my opinion, I would probably switch, but it looks like a Brick is going to stay with the Hammond here. He's probably going to keep up that pressure, but of course that Hammond was actually putting in the pressure earlier. So, I mean, honestly, I hate Hammond players at times, but you know what? If they know how to play the hamster properly, then what? You're a hamster player?
You hate Hammond?
Okay, can I get a different caster for this purpose now if he's going to be a Hammond player?
I'm a Hammond one trick, bro. Quiche. Max Spec, Zella is about to pop. That Death Blossom is going to be huge fighting Damon there. The Resurrection will be there to Max Spec. And
oh, he lost the Blizzard! Space Cowboy lost the Blizzard there.
Quiche, absolute mad lad, doesn't eat it, but eats the soul of the May instead. And now they're just going to push forward and push the payload.
If Horned Beast is actually quite smart, if they can understand, they know that Space Cowboy doesn't have the Blizzard, they have the chance to actually keep this going here. But the question is, May's going to come in here and hold a point longer for them.
Yeah, that's a big Gravitic Flux. And there's 0.00 meters right now. What is happening? That's not the Riptire coming out. It's not going to find a whole lot of value, just bringing Brick to very low health. And the Valkyrie is going to be there to heal him back up. Jimmy does get frozen, but a back cap is a serious concern right now if they don't just strip win the fight. And it doesn't look like they will, thanks to Zella and Quiche's mech falling. Window's also going to be used to help confirm this fight from Max Peck. No other ultimates are going to be available for them. Genji is going to pop the Dragon Blade. He's going into the backline. He doesn't find any really squishy targets that he might want. The lamp now finally gets broken, and now he's going to get bashed and falls to Max Peck. And now they are just stalling time that they shouldn't be stalling at the moment.
I think that part of that push, some of the things they used should have been saved on that next push here. For example, that Genji. I mean, it was a good. I honestly, the blade could have probably been used more properly. The fact that you had to deal with a Mei, you got to deal with the immortality field. So honestly, the switch right now from the Genji to the Doomfist could be beneficial here. But the problem is that Space Cowboy's putting in the defense they needed to do. I mean, Mei can just hold walls. She can put her blizzards and stuff like that. I mean, the more defense she's putting in, the better the team fight for them, for Boomers.
What did Keish just do? They just ran onto the payload and lost their mech instantly. That was a very weird thing to do. Damon, whoa, all of Boomers is low right now, though, as Brick starts to get the first pick. Kaz just enters and exits the immortality field real quick, and he's got this minefield ready to drop, and that's going to be one. Brick drops it in, and Zella gets two with a massive Death Blossom, make it three with a Hellfire shotguns. There's a bomb coming in from above that looks like it's going to be pretty huge, and there we go. It's only the immortality, actually. As they continue to go on forward, the Doomfist is finding a whole lot of damage right now. And now, Zella's just killing everything.
Man.
Truly.
No, absolutely. Zella's putting all the pressure. Again, like we said earlier, he's doing the damage he needs. He's doing the same thing here again. Of course, even though Hornsby's got less time than Boomers here, he's still putting. They were still able to get the third point here. They still got a chance to take this map for them here. Of course, I mean, Reaper again. I don't want to say main again. I would say Reaper in general is a really great DPS player. Going in, going out, putting in the heavy damage on the tanks players. Of course, it all depends on the right heroes that you are targeting to get those points here. But Stella, right now, key player for Hornbeast, keeping the team alive, and hopefully he can do the same thing as they get ready for this next push here.
Ready for battle.
Mm-hmm. And of course, Damon is still on his signature Junkrat, channeling the power of the Jake. I need some D-lulmans in the chat.
Absolutely. No, I mean, who doesn't like a good Junkrat? I mean, at one point, I'll say this, I was a one-trick Junkrat myself just because I was tired of trying to figure out any other hero. And that actually what got me into got me higher than I needed to do is this fact that everybody, but just when the buffs came in before, or just when he switched to like more of his cooldowns, I was like, you know what, this is a happy me. And basically, I think I learned everything from Jake just to become a better Junkrat. But now I can't call him Junkrat. I gotta call it Jankrat because who's a better Junkrat in the Overwatch League than Jake?
Maybe Architect. Architect was pretty good.
Yeah, but he's
Damon
not. But Jake came in before Architect, so and Jake did better damage.
Don't go breaking my heart. He's breaking that rule as my emotions are very much shattered.
What are you doing?
Right now.
Rick, what are you doing, dude?
Brick.
What?
Brick.
Look, I understand you love to play Hammond and screw with the other team, but that's not how you play this game. What are you doing, dude? Just switch off, go to shields, dude. Come on now.
Look at the enemy. Look at that composition. Tell me one hero there who does not hard counter Hammond.
You know what? For the record, looking at this comp, they're switching it up at really late or in this weird time. I don't even know what's going on. Like, first Keys just died, now they're switching up. It's like, what's going on? They've got 10 seconds left. If you want to win the game here, you got to do it right now. But I don't think that's going to happen.
Brick is walking up on Zarya. Why aren't you? What are you doing, Brick? What? The stall situation? Did you go onto Zarya? You're not even gonna be able to touch. That was.
Okay.
I need to call the sus police.
I'm actually very, very, very confused. First off, Hornbeast looked like they were having an advantage for the first half of the game, even though not winning the second map here. Now from here right now, I mean, despite getting the push here, I don't know what's going on. I know they're desperate trying to get a game here, but they have to stay communicative. They have to keep themselves They have to keep themselves coordinated, because if you're not going to keep coordinated, you're not going to win. I mean, the fact that Brick came in, I mean, I literally just kind of doubted myself. I'm like, okay, I know you want to stall. I know you want to go to the point, but that's not how you do it. My goodness. But I mean,
what are you gonna do?
I don't know. Right now, Hornbeast has to hold this point for a minute and a half. If they can hold this point, we are not going to see ourselves a fifth map. We're going to see ourselves a fourth and final map. So right now, only question is, here's the question I'm going to say. If Hornbeast is going to win, well, the question I'm going to say is Brick going to throw? Is he just going to run in? What's he going to do? Because right now, the last thing I'd rather see is seeing a tank player. I don't care if it's flex. I don't care if it's main. I don't care if it's off. I don't care what tank player you are. The main thing you need to do is not throw your team around, or not throw yourself around and get yourself picked off. That's the thing I'm actually going to be curious about.
That's a bit toxic, bro.
Okay, I'm being true. What else do you want me to do? I'm just stating the obvious.
Wow. They're going to hold on with a Bastian composition.
No, yeah, no,
Actually,
this was
no.
They're running
If
the same
they
composition
hold
they've
here,
done
this
on
is going to
Horn,
be
though.
a...
Sorry, go
I
ahead.
don't remember, but
It's gonna be the
if
fourth.
they
and final
hold
map.
here, this is... Yeah, there's only going to be one more map, and if they don't hold, then yeah, they can.
But we're gonna see. I want to see if they actually make this fourth. If they can hold and make the fourth map. I want to see if that happens here. But we're gonna find out. But what are they doing? They're just spread out too much. They had a shield on the high.
Ooh, they are... Yeah, they're very split. Ferret is very alone and slams right there. That's very weird. And now Kaz is going to jump onto Zella. That's tons of damage that he just can't handle. Never mind! Space Cowboy and Damon start to get their eliminations here as the freeze comes on to Damon, though. It looks like it might end up helping out the attack or the defense a little bit, but no, they're just going to get shredded. And it looks like the attack might be able to just clean up here. Only Quiche is alive, and not for long as a beautiful dive comes in.
I mean, I could understand that was a good competition, but the fact was that they had a good. Horned Beast had a very good competition, and they just abandoned it. That's actually what. Like, I'm confused right now. Like, why in the world, despite the play again we're seeing from the Zealous McCree right here, getting probably a triple, the high noon triple kill here. My question is, why did they abandon the point there? It's like they were perfect. They had everything they needed to make a final map. The only problem is why did they do that? So. I mean, right now, I'm confused. I'm lost. I thought I had hopes for Horned Beast, but if they keep acting up this way, the fact that how much Sella is carrying for them, I don't know if Horned Beast is going to actually get the win here, honestly. I mean, they've got the right competition. They got the right players to do it. The question is they're not putting in the effort. So I'm going to be surprised on how the fourth pass is going to do.
I mean, it's definitely still winnable for both sides. Horned Beast isn't out of this yet. They just need to, I think what's the problem is right now is their emotion, like they're mentally a little bit like they don't seem like they're completely in it. Map 1, they looked dominant. They looked like they were mentally in the game. They looked like they could beat anybody. But it looks like they've kind of waned off a little bit after they lost a little bit, and they just lost a little bit of mentality, and they just need to bring some of that back in order to really start to pop off again.
No, absolutely. I mean, just looking at it, I thought they were going to. They looked like they were going out strong. At one point, I thought they were going to keep the momentum strong. They're going to keep their game plan straight up forward. I mean, that's what I really thought. That's what I was looking at. But now it's going in the opposite. It's like they treated like the first map they had, like they lost that first map, which is quite. I mean, which no one would do. It's like if you won the first map, you wouldn't be thinking like, okay, we're in a tough spot. It's like, you know what, you might have got the win. You're in a terrific spot. The only problem is like right now, it's like you just shifted the mentality. You shifted the momentum that you had all over the place. Like again, it's like you see them confident first map, you see them struggle 50-50 on the second map. Now they're just like, despite getting all 3 points going to the next part of the map, it's like I don't know what's going on. I can't tell if they're from switching Paprika off from was it Knife having to switch from Paprika. I don't know if that's actually. So what? Sniff.
Wait, were you saying the player Sniff? Yeah.
Yeah, Sniff. I mean, I don't know if the switch from Sniff to Paprika is actually affecting them. But you know what? I mean, they need to make sure they have to look here very quick. But it looks like they're gonna have Sniff back here in the game here right now. I just saw the swap. But who do they switch off to?
They switched out SF. Yina.
Okay, but
Yina.
We're gonna see if that. I want to see if that switch is actually was actually a benefit to the team. I mean, the fact that it looked like that, despite the first 2 maps, it looked pretty well. Now having that switch made it a bit difficult, or made it very interesting on how things are going around.
We are currently just waiting for a ready from Horned Beasts. Then we'll be going into our 4th map, Rialto.
Yeah, no, this is one of my favorite payload maps. Yeah, I like the fact to where it's. I mean, to me, not because it's kind of like the newish, like some of the new map that came around. I just feel like there's just. I mean, I think it's just the fact that you have so many different ways to go around, and just the fact I think most of the clutches I've had in my playing just come from this map in general. So, I mean, I love this map. So I love it how this map. So I'm very excited to see if between these 2 teams if they can go around. The question is going to be can Boomers hold off Horned Beast to get a 3-1 win, or can we see a comeback from Horned Beast to make this to get the win off this map to go to map 5?
It's definitely the question. They did have a little bit longer of a coaching session than they did for the previous few maps. So I think that if they're gonna win a map after that first one, now is their time.
No, absolutely. I mean, again,
I was looking forward to seeing them going around. They're kind of dying. Now they need to find the momentum or the powerhouse that they brought in for the first map. They need to. I like to see it happen right here, honestly. I know Brick likes to charge in all of a sudden. I know he likes to just roll around his Hammond, and next thing you know, he just gets picked off so easily. I don't blame him one bit. But the problem is at this point, you cannot be doing that. You can't be throwing. You can't be basically charging off basically whatever, try to get a 6K shatter, whatever. At this point, he needs to be more conservative with his team and making sure he keeps his team alive here. And he's going to have to be doing that as he's shield tank player right now for Horn Beast here, because look, they're going to be running something. Actually, I want to see this match right here, this matchup, or just the comp lineup. This is going to be very interesting. I like to see how this works out.
Yeah, Sniv is on the Pharah, which here I think is one of the best and most underrated points for her. And this is going to be one of my favorite, like 2 of my top 3 favorite tanks on the attack between Reinhardt and Winston.
Yeah, no, you don't see double main tank often here, so this is going to be very interesting how this works around. I mean, I love Winston, I love Reinhardt, but you know what? You can only play 1 for each map or whatever, in my opinion. But we're going to see if this works out for both Boomers here. See if this gives them...
I mean, this is definitely a divide and conquer type composition. You have the Reinhardt, Baptiste, and Ana in one group, and then you have the... Now Soldier can be with the Reinhardt, and now you have the Winston and Sombra who can dive together, and we'll be seeing how that can work out right now, and that's going to be a lot of pressure coming to Sniv as the Winston leaps up to try and get it, and that's going to be Space Cowboy fighting that elimination. The Soldiers have already starting to work out as they hold W, and Farrah takes a lot of damage with a very low health shield, and he's still going to be in the front line, and ooh, that's Space Cowboy falling to Zella. Sorry for interrupting you there. The Coalescence on the defense as well. Fire Strike coming forward, not really finding a whole lot other than damage. There's going to be a Shatter coming in! Massive play. Paprika drops. Damon finds Quiche there, and already is about to have this EMP coming up. Brick falls, and this looks like Ferret with a massive play. Huge Reinhardt. And Sniv.
Yeah,
ooh,
yeah, absolutely. Like right now, my eyes on Ferret. He's putting all that damage. Again, I like. If I can see one player between this game actually doing what Reinhardt needs to be doing, that is right now Ferret. He's doing what he needs to be doing here. Of course, having the earlier being picked, having what do you call it? Sniv being picked off from Space Cowboy earlier. That's actually was very important for them. The fact that he had Mercy, I can't tell if he had Mercy on or not. And the fact that the res wasn't used, that probably been possible. What? The res wasn't there, and it looks like we'll see res later on.
Yeah, that's gonna be Space Cowboy fighting Chibi right there, and now they're gonna start pushing with the hook onto Kaz, who's gonna be able to live thanks to the proper range, and another shatter already. Zella and Brick both fall to the hammer, and now Damon falls to Sniv, but it's not gonna be enough as the picks are still coming through for the attack, and they have to reset on defense.
Yeah, absolutely. They need to make a reset right now, right? In my position, I basically right here despite them moving that payload very fast, they need to do a reset because right now, MacPack just took off Sniv again, and they're not making any progress. So if you got a reset, you know what? Give them the first second point, make that reset right now.
Yeah, the DPS and support clothing is getting a lot of damage in right now. That window was very good in helping out finding that elimination. The Bongo's gonna be there, but not to a lot of avail. As the EMP is also gonna come in. What? Ooh, that's a massive visor if I've ever seen one.
No, I've seen visor kills, but you know what? With that combo, that basically helps Space Cowboys get not only the 3 picks here, so that's actually be fair bench post here. Of course, they are coming in. They're still coming in very strong, but it looks like Reaper's trying to hold off the point, which I really don't think is really necessary. You need your whole team right there, Sniv. I mean, I understand Reaper, you can stay around, but you know what? You got to have your team with you. I mean, the more damage you put in, the better outcome you can get for the team, but you got to do that with your team, not by yourself, man.
He did kind of freely stall for a second. Now he's going to find Space Cowboy with that Death Blossom, and it looked, you know, sometimes you can just use Wraith for a couple of seconds to stall, and he got back out, and he lived, so it's a fine thing, in my opinion. Now he's going to push up onto Damon here without that... Oh, no, he has Wraith form, and now that's going to be it. That's a huge stagger onto the Sombra there.
Yeah, no, I mean, as much as you can, with Reaper, you can fade in and out. The only problem is you don't want to fade in and out and do it at the wrong time. You want to make sure that if you can fade out, not only you can keep yourself alive, make sure the team can follow up with the damage and put that Sniv here. But right now, I mean, I can see, if you notice that Ryan's on the far right, quickly with that, it looks like Zella does take out Damon for that,
yeah,
right there. So, oh, he's taking another one.
Goodness.
He's popping up.
What are you doing, Zella? Just gets 2
Zella,
picks like it's nothing. When did we get poor joke set up in this?
You know, I don't know.
Because I don't know what I'm saying. When did we get Corey into this? Is what I was trying to say.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm on the same point too. I like, you know what? We try to get the I can't get the jokes myself, or I'm trying to figure out the right person. Or you know what? Again, my pronunciation for gamer tags just suck. I'm sorry, Sella, for mispronouncing. I apologize, but it looks like he's hopefully he can correct me wrong with this getting off this Sombra, which he does. Nice dive actually does get. Of course, now it looks like they're going to come in with a 5-on-6 here. But I would probably pull back right now if I was Boomers right now.
Yeah, the Dragon's just going to come in any second. There it is. He's dropping it in. And it looks like the lamp's going to prevent him from finding any eliminations from it. But it's the lamp force. And now Kaz is in the backline right now with the Primal Rage. He's going to pop at any moment. Possibly going to find an elimination here. But no, he just wants to stay there and not quite use it yet. Curious. Oh, that's going to be shut up. This is going to be 4 players. That's a massive play with the data boost dropping onto him as well. He's going to find 2 eliminations with the pin. The Valkyrie's going to be popped, but to no avail.
So that's the best shot you can get. Is you pass that shield, you hit that, getting past the shield, knowing they have no cooldowns for that. Getting basically 4 players right there. That's a very good shadow. Those are the shadows that every Reinhardt wants to see. Is knowing that they pull it off at the right time and of course at the right moment.
If you ask me, it looked like the defense kind of got shattered. Well, that's going to be a really flux going into the backline, only finding 2 players. That's the Death Blossom coming in as well. Brick's actually going to find Space Cowboy and Ferret! Massive play from the off tank right now. The Primal Rage is going to be there, pushing the tanks forward, but not too much value there as Brick gets his 3rd in this fight. And Paprika, the Battle Mercy, is going to get a little bit of action as well.
Looks like we're going to see him pause here in just a moment, not to try to spoil anything, but it looks like right now, okay, there is a pause. But it looks like they had a player that is AFK here. It looks like that one of the reasons why part of the fight looked like was back and forth. But looking from that push right there, looked like Brick did what he needed to do. Again, I said earlier that acting toxic from your perspective, thinking what he needs to do to actually keep his team going. And right now, he's doing it right now. He's making the moves he needs to do. He got the 3 kills right there. He's able to stop that fight here. But of course, Boomers still has 2 minutes and 15 seconds, 13 seconds. I apologize to keep themselves going here. So
we are unpausing.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, we're just unpausing. I just want to let you guys know that.
Yep. Again, I think the issue was that I forgot who the name was, but someone was AFK, so they had to pause that. So.
Oh my goodness! I'm working on the stream and he's just sitting there. I didn't even notice that he was just sitting there, just. Oh my goodness! I.
You know what? That was that. You know what? They had to waste a bit of it. It happens, and so we don't want to stop players from having to play a game without having them playing. So it looks like they're going to be doing that here right now, and they're getting ready for the next push. I want to see if he can get another shattering 6-man right here, or maybe just get 4, or just get everyone. But it looks like he's positioning himself for that right now.
Oh, that's a huge burst of damage from multiple sources coming onto him. That's a huge pull to bring 3 players together. Damon finds Sniv though, and McCree really showing why he picked it. And that's a massive dragon trick. It's gonna find what and make it 2. Huge placement from Zella there, showing that he's not just mechanically gifted at the picks, but as well with the ults.
Absolutely. I mean, again, Sella has been the man for Horn Beast here. They're able to get the picks. They're able. I mean, like I see right there, he gets a double kill on that Dragon Strike. He's been not only doing that, he's been getting the Reaper kills. He's been getting all the kills that he needs to be doing, and he's making this happen right now. He's keeping the team live. Now, Boomer's got less than a minute to make this push happen. Question is, can they deal with this crazy Sella player, or will they overcome his craziness?
Yeah, the Fire Strike went through the window and didn't find much value. And the EP is going to come in. It only fights 3 players there, but the Earthshadow is going to follow it up. Not really finding a whole lot there. The Colossus is going to be on the defense, trying to counteract any ultimates. Use what?
Fair. I mean, no, Serena, I know you love to shatter. I know that, but you... Come on.
Oh my goodness, it's a nano boost in Zarya's though. That's a lot of damage, especially with how much charge they had. About at 100. And Paprika, channeling the power of Neptuno, holding W and M1. I like to see it. And well, the picks start coming, and they're just gonna push forward. There's only 12 seconds. Make it 10 on the time right now. Damon,
you might as well make the push. You might as well make the push here to make them not touch. They can't touch in 4 seconds with them pushing up. So I mean, they're making the right move, and that move is gonna make the point here.
Oh, that's a huge not be able to get flux. Oh my goodness, Brick, your brain is massive.
Brick, yeah. I mean, wait, what happened?
Brick like perfectly got him with the edge of the Gridlock Flux because of how he put it, like a little bit forward enough. Like he put it just forward enough to catch him at the very edge of it.
Here, I'm watching this replay right here. Actually, there's gonna be a
Yeah.
while. So never mind that.
Nobody was even
Actually,
close.
I mean, no. I mean, if you're telling me that the gravitic flux.
Oh no,
they-
not the flux, but the wait, what?
I'm talking about Sigma. I'm talking about Brick's ultimate. You know what?
Yeah.
We forget about it. It seems like he had a good. He did something that was able to stop Boomers from making it to overtime. So we'll skip on that. We're gonna get on to the next part here because right now
he had a gravitic flux. He pressed Q, he pressed left click, and the ball was at the very, very edge of the gravitic flux, like at the very front edge. So then he caught him right before he touched cart.
I know how to use gravitic flux. You don't left click. You use Q. You basically do Q and you turn around and look for someone flanking, and then you find out it's no one there. No. You know what?
You press Q, think that somebody's flanking, and then the ult ends, and you realize you're above a pit, so you die. But the the enemy Sigma lightly poked you before you died, so he got all that damage technically. And then he gets gravitic flux because you killed yourself, and then he pops his gravitic flux, and he gets a 5k. You know how it goes? Yeah.
You want to know a strange fact about that, or just the fact that of ultimate use is always Q? Mine is actually scroll down on my mouse. I don't ever use Q. No, think about it. If you're moving right and you try to push Q, you're just gonna lose momentum. Now you scroll. You have a chance to still do something here. So, you know what? Everyone's got the ways of using limits here. But look at that stuff right there. Horde Beast is getting ready to take the push right here. We're gonna see if Brick actually does something here, and he's gonna frozen. He's gonna get picked off. Like I said, if you're doing good, but now as a Hammond, you gotta stop. You can just go back, switch off the Hammond, go back to the Sigma dude. Come on now.
Brick, no, why would you do that? I had such high hopes for you. You just committed something. And now you're going on to the Zarya Diva? What is
okay?
What?
I can understand Brick being a very fantastic tank player. I'm looking at it right now, but there are times where you have to understand that the tank picks needs to be switched off. It needs to be the actual pick. You're looking at double shields here. Look at where you're running. You're running no shields. If I were you, I'd go back to the Sigma. You were doing fantastic. Why switch up to the off tank here, my dude? Come on now.
I mean, there is a chance that they're just comfort picking right now.
Yeah, that's what they're trying to go for, but it looks like they're not putting any benefit here as Demon takes off Sella here.
Yeah, that's a huge pick. Just a massive play right now, and that's going to be a huge freeze onto the tanks right now as Brick and Quiche just start to fall. It's going to be Chibi falling as well. And just look, they're going to be able to push without any ultimates, so they could just be trying to farm them up right now.
Like, I don't blame Horton Beast actually making the switches right now. They're looking with the Sigma finally, but right now they have to make those changes sooner, not wait for whatever or try to switch it up. I mean, I understand. I mean, I don't blame. I mean, I can see how Horn Beast is really good right now, but the problem is right now the tank plays really needs to be proper. If they can make those proper tank switches and seeing Brick on Sigma or whatever, and then having the right DPS, they can make those pushes here. So now it looks like they will be doing that here. Thank God. I hate to see them playing off tank like that. That kind of disgust. That makes me disgusted.
Ooh, Sniv is in the air right now on the fair and dropping out tons of damage already, about halfway to that barrage. The Blizzard's going to find Brick there. Zella's going to find Max Pack, though. The double spam DPS are in and doing a lot of value, but that's going to be a ballsy res from Paprika, and it doesn't pay off. And they almost fall, but they're going to live. As the Nano Boost drops onto Kaz, tons of damage available for the Arrest right now, as Sniv gets picked off by a massive kaboink from Space Cowboy, and that's probably going to signal the end of that fight.
Absolutely no. The fact that once you lose DPS, or at least lose the DPS in one part of the team, that's gonna fight. That's your damage input here. So I mean, right now the picks right here is being fantastic for both teams. But you know what? I would love to see something really happen here very soon. As you can tell, actually, you know, I was talking about the junk, but it actually gets the junk right here. That's huge.
Yeah, it's a massive play from Brick. The Sigma is gonna hold that M1. Throw those hyperspheres out, get that massive pick. And now he's going to be frozen, though, but Zell's going to peel for his off-tank with a massive concussion mine to just find Space Cowboy. I'm doing some very light stuttering, and it's very lightly annoying. That's going to be Tire coming in, and it's only going to find the Sigma, but that sometimes is all you need, and they won't be able to really recontest and confirm a fight. But that's going to be a Tire coming in. What's it going to find? We're looking for one. Let's see what damage we can find with this. Riptire is going to go in. It's going to find an impact, but it's going to get a lot of damage on the tanks, and they're going to capitalize as Quiche and Brick both fall. That's a massive pair of bricks from Space Cowboy and Kaz. They're gonna start to hold on to this point.
Like right now, as much as I would want to be juicing and all that stuff, right now here's the only thing I'm gonna want to say right now. I want to Horn Beast making this comeback here, but right now that's not gonna look like it's gonna happen. They got almost 30 seconds to make that happen. They got a barrage ready. They have Valkyrie. They have Coalescence. They need to use those wisely, but maybe they actually might see this point he actually has. Quiche takes down Damon right here, so they have the pushing right here. If they don't make this push, they're not going to get themselves into a potential to keep this map going in for them.
Brick just went on to point alone, tried to back cap, but it didn't quite work out as he got slept, and now he's just spinning to win, which is making a lot of space for his team. And now he's going to the backline, and 3.72 meters left, and that's a barrage going to the backline. It's going to find Jaden, and it's not going to find much else with the Gravitic Flux and the Soldier's Primary Fire both find picks on their own. Now Brick is starting to get a lot of eliminations here. He gets 2 right now. This is a 3v3 on the card right now. Respawn advantage is very even. Paprika falls as well. It looks like there's going to be a hole here as the Reaper starts to TP in, and they're going to be back in. Just Brick left. If he manages to charge up a minefield or just stay alive for a little bit longer, he might be able to bring this back, but isn't lucky. Will Diva's going to be the next one to come in as the tactical visor comes in. That's going to slay Zella. It looks like the team mech will fall at any moment, and that's going to be it as the window comes in, signaling the end of their push. As the Moira almost touches, but that's it. Boomers are going to win the series 3-1.
No, it looked like the Horn Beast was going to have it, but I guess something proved me wrong, though. I mean, honestly, having to come strong for that first map, now they basically just didn't get it. I mean, I was really hoping to see Horn. I mean, despite them having to be a bottom of the ladder, they are still having a good chance to make it in, but it looks like that was not going to happen here. Boomers takes the 3-1 win here. Congratulations to them, honestly. But oh my goodness, I mean, I was really hoping this was something. I was hoping to see this would be their first time winning and all that kind of stuff. But it looks like that's not going to happen.
Still a very good game, 3-1. That is their first map, so they are definitely making progress to improve. Because I do believe Hornbeast is the newest Deadlock Division team, so it's understandable why they aren't exactly doing the best, but, you know, they are definitely improving.
I mean,
and it is about that time. Sorry, you continue.
Oh, okay. No, I was going to say about Hornbeast is that, yes, they look like they can, I mean, they have improved here. They look like they were able, I mean, looking at some of the players here from Stella to, what do you call it? Brick, I think it was Brick, just and some of the other players. I mean, I've noticed that some of the heroes they played was completely spot on, and I saw that. But you know what? I wish they in my opinion, I kind of wish they kept that, because if they kept that momentum going, they kept the hero pools that they played and keeping together this team, they would have had that game. But unfortunately, they just came up very short. Again, it looked like the last 2 maps wasn't in their favor.
I mean, hey, they still are definitely improving, and that's what matters right now. And they need to get their mentalities in check and improving them a little bit. If they do that, then they're almost guaranteed, in my opinion, to just burst up the ratings. But it is about that time. You guys put in the chat who you believe to be this game's MVP. What do you think it is?
You know what? If I was going to have my choice for MVP, I'm going to say, I mean, as much as I would say someone from the winning side, if I had 2 choices, it was going to be either Ferret or Stella. Stella, right now, in my opinion, helped the team kept things going despite the losses. I mean, he kept going around. He kept the damage with the Hanzo. He kept the damage with the at times with Reaper, I believe. Trace. I mean, whatever hero he was playing, I forgot. Lost track. But he kept the hero. I mean, the heroes he was playing. He kept the damage he needed to do. He kept the outcome here. And of course, now let's say if we were to pick from Boomers, Ferret is my MVP, honestly. Going in as the right tank player, he's going in, putting in the damage he needs to, helping the team, keeping the team protected, and putting off those plays. We've seen a lot of good plays from him from the last 4 maps. So honestly, it's gonna be one of those 2, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think it's very clearly fair, in my opinion. Every hero he played, he had standout performances on. He was incredible throughout the entire game. He was popping off every opportunity he got. Wonderful tank play from the mans on Boomers.
Absolutely.
But honestly, I think that you can't not mention how well the supports played on Boomers too. Max Peck and Jaden both went incredibly throughout the entire game, and whoever was the main shot caller clearly was doing something right, in my opinion.
Yeah, you know, sometimes right shot caller is going to be the one that's going to help the team around, and that's basically what happened right there. So big plays and all that kind of stuff, but apparently, I mean, you see Boomers taking it, so. I was really hoping Hornbeast is going to take it back. I mean, I had confidence from Oasis, but looked like it wasn't going to happen today.
Yeah, well, they did their best, and really that's what matters. They played to their strengths, they played well, and it was a close game.
It was.
So,
I mean, hopefully, I would love to see them win here. I think they can still do that. It's gonna take some time. It's gonna take some some better. Just looking at this game here, looking back to see what they could. I mean.
what mistakes they've done, what can they can improve on. And honestly, I think if they can look at those very correctly coming into the next match, we could definitely see them win.
Yeah, honestly, if they played as well as they did in that first map, there is not a chance they will not start steamrolling teams. But apparently, you guys don't want to be voting for MVPs for some reason. There
It's
are
okay.
no votes in the chat.
You know what?
But so we are the only voters, so that means we are the only people whose voices matter. None of you matter. It's confirmed. That's totally true. I'm not toxic. I'm just speaking the truth.
Well, no, you are too. And I was the same thing about Brick in the match, and you calling me toxic. I mean, what's that about?
Well, I think that you need to stop talking because you are hurting my feelings. Anyways,
All right.
I hope you all had a wonderful game. You have anything else you want to say before I send us out?
Not really. I just want to thank OCC for allowing me to cast my first time with OCC here. So, of course, there's hopefully this is not my last time. I'd love to get more with you guys. Honestly, thank you, Ty, for being my co-caster with me. I really appreciate it. I've had a lot of fun with you. And last but not least, guys, if you want to check me out, I do put stream. Of course, not with OCC. I do my own stream. Twitch.tv/cybercut_21. Come check me out. I might be streaming here in the next maybe 30 minutes or so. So come check me out there.
Plug. Can't believe this man. Anyways, that was an incredible game between Horn Beasts and Boomers. Absolute madness, both sides. Incredible plays, incredible players. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Be sure you stay hydrated. Go get a drink of water right now. I don't care if you already had one. Just go get another one. Can't hurt. Be sure you're eating well. And I hope you all have a wonderful night. Peace out.
All right. Have a good night, guys.